Well, am I paying the price for going out on Triple Force Friday? I think I set myself back a little while by all the hunting that I went and did instead of just going to the one or two places that I said I was going to go to. Yeah, so a little disappointed in myself for being a little stubborn about getting out there, but that's not going to stop me from reviewing a new figure. So hold tight. Hey everybody, Papa Gord here, and Black Series review time. Now, it's not going to be one of the main 8 that dropped on Triple Force Friday. This was an unexpected figure that we were hearing rumors of. We were seeing I think some promotional pictures of. I believe Australia had reported that somebody there had found this figure already. So I used this one website to run UPC numbers, and somebody, a fellow collector, sent me the UPC number because people were finding it in Canada. And I happened to run the number, said that one of the Walmarts about 20 minutes from my place had a case. So the Goob and I pushed on around 10 o'clock Friday night and drove out. Didn't find anything at first, and then they were not shelved where they should have been. They were shelved where the Pokemon and Magic cards and all that other little fun stuff was. And they had the newer cartoonier looking Star Wars figures, and right below was all 8 of the Luke Skywalker, a Jedi Knight figure. No number because it's an exclusive. So I picked up 2. One for Uncle Mike, as usual, as he and I have always been looking out for one another, and I like to, I don't know, it gets me a bit of an endorphin rush, I guess, if you want to say that. I kind of stockpile his channel for him when I can, but I managed to score 2. I could have bought all of them, but that's not me. I let some other fellow collectors know when I got home on Friday night that there were still some there, and even let them know where the figures were. So I'm hoping collectors got them and not scalpers, because it's gotta be all about collectors helping collectors helping collectors, not us helping scalpers. Because I tell you, seeing some of the secondary prices that people are trying to get for these bloody figures already is putting such a bad taste in my mouth. I'm almost ready just to say forget it and quit collecting, period. But anyways, that's it. That was my rant. So again, I don't normally read the back of the box, but I'm gonna read it anyway. So Luke Skywalker was a Tatooine farm boy who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the greatest Jedi the galaxy has ever known. So that's what we're getting out of that. So of course, we all know I'm an out-of-box guy, so he's already out of box. And I've been playing around with him the last couple of days, and I thought there were some new parts to him besides his head. But let's call this Luke Skywalker. This will be another review-ish, because I might come back and review him. So, because it's only been a couple of days. And here he is. And I don't think the face is a lot better in person than it is on some of the pictures, how it showed really dark kind of like eyeliner, and even the hair, some of the hair looked like it was more of a helmet head. But I will say this is probably the best Luke Skywalker / Mark Hamill face sculpt that we have now. I would have said the pilot Luke was getting there for that re-release for the archive wave, but I will say that I've lost count on how many Luke Skywalkers we have, but they're finally kind of getting there. So it's still not perfect, but it's a whole lot better. So what's different from the original Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi figure? Well, you have this bit of Jedi robe tunic bit added on. It is not soft. It's a fairly firm piece of plastic. So it doesn't get in the way of articulation, so that's okay. I mean, I think aesthetically it looks kind of neat. It adds to the look of the figure. I had a person ask me on Instagram about the chest, about the body part, asking if it was a new part or if it was a reuse. Now, I said it was a new part, and we'll get to that. But yeah, it's, he's good. His boots are shiny. He's more of a matte finish everywhere else, whereas the original figure was shiny from head to toe. So I think that is a plus as well. Articulation, unfortunately, he's 100% reuse except for his head and except for one of his hands, of course, because he's got two flesh-colored hands and he's not yet wearing the glove because he didn't get shot in the hand off of Jabba's sail barge. I'm assuming that's what this figure is based on. So we'll look at articulation real quick, and then we'll bring in our special guest to go from there. So unfortunately, because it's the original body, there's no redesign up in the neck and the pin and any of that stuff, so there's no waggle. So all you're getting is side to side and some down and a little bit of up, but his back of his hair really catches the back of his shirt or tunic or whatever you want to call it. Arm is up all the way around. That's it. They could have redesigned the arms and put a deeper cut in there. They could have given him double jointed thing, They could have redesigned the body and put the butterfly joint in like Mace Windu, but Hasbro knows we're suckers. Hey, they put a new head on an old body. Yes, please, I want that. And then they give us a couple other different accessories, and we jump on it because we're sheep. So yeah, that's, I guess, part 2 rant. I mean, again, I don't know. I can't remember if I've reviewed the original. Yes, I have, because I did my really not much of a custom. I swapped the head out on my original. Now, so standard articulation, but I mean, again, it's the head. My biggest complaint with this figure, and that's what gives the original one a leg up, is the legs. These are like, so this is right out of the package. I'm not rough with my figures at all, but he is ridiculously wobbly. I have talked to some other fellow Canadians who have already acquired this figure, and they've said the same thing. Their legs right out of the gate are wobbly. So I'm pretty upset about that. Shame on you, Hasbro. So we're gonna pull up original Luke Skywalker. Now this has got the archive Pilot Luke's head. But this wasn't bad. This is better for sure. You can see just how shiny he is compared to this one. So I do appreciate, except for the boots. If anything, his boots look more shiny than his boots. And the more and more I was sorry, I didn't mean to give you all the finger. The more and more I was looking at his chest piece, And I have his other chest, remember, he's got that awesome feature where you can take this off and you can give him the serious Jedi look or the casual Jedi look. And that got me really looking harder and harder at this guy. And I managed to get a very small flathead screwdriver in, because this is pretty tight on the body. And yeah, this piece right here is the serious Jedi piece that you get. This one and that other part, this one is that part of the figure. So this is the only thing that's new on, and of course the tunic part. Other than that, this figure is 100% reuse, except again for the hand, because no trigger finger. So that's a little disappointing. And and belt. He's got his belt. He gets nothing. No belt. So keep in mind, he has a hook for his lightsaber. Keep that in mind. So we'll put these guys down and let's compare lightsabers, because everybody wants to know lightsaber size. This is the new lightsaber. Nice. This has been redone. I'm happy about that. Old, new. So you can already see they've gone to that thicker blade style. Like that. The paint job on this one is fantastic. It's gold, it's silver, it's black. Everything pops on here. This paint's not bad, but this one definitely wins out. The plastic use in this lightsaber hilt is nice and firm, not all kind of rubbery like a lot of the older ones. This one is really, really nice. I haven't taken the blade out now. It holding the blade is okay. I actually find that the older one sits in a little bit better, but I don't know. I may take this one and put it with the old one, and this I'm just going to put away, but back in the box, because the new Jedi Luke is going to be holding his gun. So the one that he does his force grab with and tries to, do a little sniping on Jabba the Hutt. So he comes with a gun, blaster, and that's cool. And I'm digging that. And I got to do a little bit of heat to it because it's just got a slight warp. So that's okay. But again, it's black. It's got like a silver wash over it. So at least they put a little bit of effort into the blaster pistol. So thank you for that. I'm good with that. He also comes with a cloak, a Jedi robe. And I'm digging. And they did the same thing with this as they did with the Emperor, where they tacked it down in a couple of spots so we don't have to sit there and fight to try to get it to sit right. Like, there we go, like right out of the gate. Like you do a little bit of creative folding and, tucking back and what have you to get the look that you want. But, it's a nice deep brown. For some reason, I always thought it was a black robe or a cloak, but going back and reviewing the footage, it is brown. So that's just that. He doesn't even need to put the blaster in his hand. You can just have him just like that. But that is awesome. I love the way the hood. I wish they would have done this with, well, you know what? No, the Mace Windu robe is a nice robe because it's more of an open flare with the hood down. And I kind of like the look of that as well. But I like the look of this too. Like, it's either way is awesome. So that's what he came. Oh no, it's not. It's not. because it's an exclusive, and we know what Hasbro loves to give us with exclusives. The nacho chip, but stand, figure stand, what have you. But I think this is following suit with the 2.0 stand that I reviewed from the last exclusive, the General Kenobi figure. This actually works. He actually stands. Like it holds him in place. So again, I still don't understand why there's one slot, why one foot gets the privilege to be on it and the other one, unless you try to twist him or something. But I mean, there's no twisty joint. Only other Black Series figure I've got, oh no, yeah, is this part of a First Order Stormtrooper. But you know, there's no upper swivel in the older figure, a lot of the older figures. So that's unfortunately, you can't get him in a whatever. But do I think he should have come with anything else? Yeah. What I thought might have been kind of cool would have been a damaged hand. Like do the right hand with a, you know, I know it's such a small piece of plastic, but I think that just would have been just a little attention to detail. Like, hey, we know we're giving you a new head on a full reused body, but we're gonna throw you an extra hand. And I would have been okay with that. I mean, you know, we got the lightsaber, which he should. There is nowhere to hang said lightsaber on this figure. But because the handle's still the same, it still has the loop on the hilt to hang that lightsaber. So that, and the figure, the original one, comes with a belt. Now I understand he's got the tunic piece on here, and it doesn't really lead for that, but yeah. So it just goes to show how much reuse they get out of their molds or whatever. Oh man, those legs just drive me crazy. But yeah, so that's it. I dig him. I love the thing. There's a lot of things I love about this figure. It outweighs the downward, you know, the reuse of the whole body, the no loop to hang his lightsaber or any of that stuff. But that's it. So that's my Luke Skywalker review for you guys. I think I've hit my limit for sitting. My leg has so swollen up because of Friday, so I gotta go and lay back down again. So yeah, so that's my review. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below. It always helps the channel out. And other than that, I think that's gonna do it. So look forward to eventually seeing some other reviews coming out for the figures from Triple Force Friday. But I've spent a couple of days just with him. Haven't even looked at the other couple really that I've already got. So these will be either just more reviewish figures, and maybe we'll look at them at a later date, because my opinion will change over time for sure. Like, it's like having a new car, and then after having that new car for a little while, you start running into a few issues you didn't expect. So that's why I have a hard time. It's great to get the review out there to go, hey, look at what I got. But again, I'm looking at the figure going like, wow, that's a thing of beauty. And then the more and more you pick at it, then you start finding a few flaws. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Hope you guys have a great what's left of the weekend, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Hey.